Hello North Country and welcome to Saranac Central School at historic Pickett's Corners for Champlain Valley Athletic Conference varsity boys basketball. Tonight the Saranac Central School Chiefs meet the Plattsburgh High School Hornets. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon on camera, and our thanks to Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden, General Dentistry, for their support of Hornet basketball. Plattsburgh High School with a record of 9 wins and 2 losses atop Division I. However, the Hornets have stubbed their toe of late. They reeled off 8 straight wins before their 12-game CVAC streak was broken by Northern Adirondack 54-51. They then defeated Beekmantown but lost to Ticonderoga 55-54 in a game that was theirs with 3 minutes to play. So the Hornets have lost 2 out of their last 3 games, and that is rare during the 14-year tenure of varsity coach Kevin Doherty. The Hornets with a lot to prove tonight as they eye the end of the season and Class B sectionals. For Plattsburgh High School, they have been led in scoring by Joel Butchino. Butchino has scored 223 CVAC points. He's averaging 20 points a game. He has 7 games where he has hit 20 plus. He's averaging 20. Then Adam Favreau averages 13. Butchino's a senior, Favreau a junior. Favreau missed 2 games with an ankle injury, came back to score 16 against Ticonderoga. They will need his offense and defense in this game today against Saranac. And then Ryan Sapel. Sapel averages 13 points a game. He's hit 19 3-pointers, and they need him to light up the scoreboard. Sapel had 5 3-pointers in a game against Saranac Lake. Butchino had 5 3-pointers when the Chiefs met in the Hornets' nest at the beginning of the season. Those are the 3 big scorers for Plattsburgh High School. Chris Fout and Tim DeLeese will be the other starters. They are both seniors. For Saranac Central, they have a record of 6-5, and they have just not been able to get a consistent winning mode together this year. They opened with a win against Northeastern, then they lost 2, including the loss to Plattsburgh High School 55-51. We expect another good one today. Then they beat Ticonderoga, the team that just beat Plattsburgh High School. They beat Ticonderoga 71-67 in double overtime. The Chiefs then lost to Seton, came back to beat Beekmantown and Mariah, but lost to Peru by 2 points. They then defeated Osable Valley, but lost. They were upset by Northeastern Clinton 54-48. Then they came back in their last game to make a 6-5 record by defeating Tupper Lake. They have not been able to win more than 2 games during the CVAC season, and that they've done just once. Now, I have never seen a team with more contributors than this Saranac Central School team. No real star, but they have 5 players who average 7 points, between 7 and 9 points. One is number 33, Dave Waldron. Waldron has 99 CVAC points. He's averaging 9 points a game, but we understand he may not play tonight, and he definitely wouldn't start. Don Waldron, number 45, averages 6 points a game. He's had 3 games in double figures, including a high game of 15 against Ticonderoga. Ryan Reef, we may see a little Reef rage tonight. Reef leads the team in CVAC points with 105, averaging 9.5 a game. He is number 43, Ryan Reef, and he has a high of 15 against Osable Valley. Then Handy Andy Harp, number 55. Harp number 55 has 83 CVAC points, averaging 8 points a game. He had 23 in mid-season in the game against Seton Catholic. Then Anthony English. English wears number 41. He averages 7 points a game. He has a high game of 12 against AuSable Valley. Also, watch for Dante Ray, back from an injury. He missed 4 games. Dante Ray is back, and he wears number 13. And watch for Sprague Frenier, number 15. Frenier has hit in double figures twice. Any number of players. It might be Kringle. He has a double-figure game. It might be Blair. He has a double-figure game. Who knows what Coach Castine will cook up tonight in the Chiefs' teepee. Coach is Gary Castine in his 3rd year at the helm of Saranac Central.
He said they had new uniforms.
Okay, and they have the new uniform numbers. Saranac sporting their new jerseys with their new uniform numbers, and Leo Fortier, our technical advisor, brought them over to us. Okay, we're about set for basketball from Saranac Central School. It's the Chiefs against the Hornets. Steve Mitchell and Andy Morelli, the officials. Plattsburgh High School starts number 20, Ryan Zappel, number 23, Joel Butchino, number 30, Tim DeLeese, number 45, Chris Fout, all seniors, and jumping at center, number 24, Adam Favreau. Saranac, number 11, Anthony English, number 21, Adam Kringle, number 23, Travis Lavarnway, number 43, Ryan Reef, number 55, Andrew Harp. Saranac wins the opening tip-off, Plattsburgh in a man-to-man defense. They go inside to Harp, miss the shot, and rebound and up the floor, run the Hornets. Saranac gets back defensively. This is Favreau, now Sappel. Sappel's first shot of the night, missed it, but there on the boards was Chris Fout. When in doubt, go to Fout. Fout with the bucket, and it's 2-0 Plattsburgh. Kringle to English. Lavarnway across the floor to Kringle, takes the set shot, it's in. 3! Adam Kringle, the senior, hits the 3-pointer. Kringle's first 3-pointer of the season. Anthony English leads the Chiefs with 12 3-pointers. Reef guards Butchino. Chiefs in their chief-to-chief defense. Here we go. We played a minute 10, it's 3-2 Saranac. This is DeLeese. Now Sappel, quick pass to DeLeese, baseline. Oh, it rolled the rim. It was in and rolled out. Harp for Saranac, and English runs the floor. Picked up by Butchino. Reeve gets it to Kringle. Lavarnway working hard on the inside. Reeve dishes to Harp. Harp looks, gets it to Reeve, took the step, missed the shot. Tipped, it'll be Saranac ball under their own basket. Eric Gagnon on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon. We are North Country Cable Network, bringing you CVAC varsity basketball. Tom O'Connell, Harry Mitchell, and the mayor of Cadieville, Muggsy Favreau, are all here, and Tom Jackstad has joined them. They've seen a lot of basketball games at Saranac gymnasiums through the years. 2 minutes into the contest, Saranac with a 3-pointer by Kringle, Plattsburgh with a 2-pointer by Fout. Butchino has yet to take a shot, goes baseline, worked and traveled. Steve Mitchell steady, look, he took the little shuffle step, and it'll be a Saranac basketball. An excellent crowd, as expected, here for this one. You don't want to miss the Saranac PHS basketball game at Pickett's Corners. English looks, guarded by Butchino, gets it up top to Kringle. Sappel guards Kringle. Butchino gives English some room. The Chiefs in their new jerseys, brand new numbers for some of the players. Lavarnway tipped around, and Butchino for Plattsburgh. Butchino looks, gets it to Favreau. Favreau at the foul line, knocked away. A foul called for the hack on Hart. And there's a problem at the scorer's table. Well, maybe a loose wire. They're going to work on some cables. Do you men know who keeps score for Saranac and who's the timer? Anybody know those gentlemen over there? What is it? Dave Besaw is on the clock. And it's another Besaw fella. His son named Besaw is the official scorer for Saranac. Justin Besaw is the official scorer. Dave Besaw is the official timer, and Laura Gagnon scores for Plattsburgh High School. Butchino, back over the rim, and Reef with the boards. Reef on the boards. Plattsburgh, maybe the height advantage is about even, because Saranac has Harp and Lavarnway. Oh, that one into the hands of Harp, and it's 5-2 Saranac. Plattsburgh, game after game, a slow starter. They do not come out of the locker room and put quick points on the board usually. And they've gone 3.5 minutes and they have just 2 points. And that's pretty standard. Then they seem to get tuned up. Sapel to Fout. Fout to Sapel. They tried to go inside to Favreau, knocked away by English. Saranac by 3 and the ball. Early in the first quarter, well, midway now, Favreau rebounds the Reef shot. 4:12 to play, first quarter. Sapel takes it all the way, used the left hand, missed the shot, battle on the boards, and scooped up. Foul almost had it for the Hornets, scooped up by Harp. Reef to English. Midway point of the first quarter. 5-2 Saranac. English back of the rim, and Butchino got to it. That might be off his leg. Indeed it was. Somebody got a hand in there, and it went off Butchino's leg. Plattsburgh puts up the points overall. They have scored 74, 77, 71, 65, 65. But they do not start fast. Harp missed that close one. Favreau, another rebound. Delise to Butchino to Fout. Fout with the points. Excellent feed from Butchino. Fout with the 4 Hornet points. It's 5-4. Kevin Doherty, the head coach for Plattsburgh, assisted by Mike Recor, a graduate of Saranac Central. Harp on the inside. Harp has 4 of the Chiefs' 7. We mentioned Mike Recor, the assistant coach for Saranac, and I said to him last week, we're headed back home for you next week. I said, do you have like different feelings, mixed feelings when you go there? He said, Foxy, make no mistake about it, when I'm there, I'm on the Hornet bench, I'm a Hornet fan. I'm the Hornet assistant coach. 2:51 to play, and we're in the first quarter at Saranac 7 and Plattsburgh 4. Sapel will set the offense, guarded by Anthony English. English, a junior. Shot clock was at 6 as Favreau puts one up. Hornets getting just 1 shot. Harp tries to go inside, looking for Don Waldron, who's now in the game. Saranac has Reef, Harp, Don Waldron, English, and Pringle. 2:05 remaining first quarter. It's a low-scoring first quarter. Butchino. Joel Butchino ties it at 7. His 20th CVAC three-pointer. Remember, he had 5 when they met in the Hornets' nest. English, Pringle, right in front of the Hornets bench. They go inside to Harp. Harp gets it. Andrew Harp with 6 first quarter points. That's working. Chiefs 9, Hornets 7. Butchino, ball was knocked away. Kringle on the run, the left hand, double clutched and got it in. Adam Kringle with 5, Andrew Harp with 6, that's 11. Plattsburgh with 7, 4 from Fout, and a 3-pointer from Butchino. Favreau trying to get it inside the Fout. Sapel inside the Fout. He dishes out to DeLeese. Hornets moving the ball, shot clock at 10, tipped away. Butchino looking for Favreau on the inside, just 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sapel will send it in. Butchino, 3-point range. Joel Butchino, 2 for 2 from 3-point range, and it's 11-10, Saranac by 1. Harp, the baseline jumper, missed. It'll be Saranac ball. They're saying Sapel had already stepped out of bounds as he went for the loose ball. Saranac ball under their own basket, 33 seconds in a tight first quarter. Waldron, the jumper swish. Don Waldron. And it's 13-10, Saranac. DeLeese, quick pass inside to Favreau, blocked by Harp, and a held ball called. Andy Morelli calls held ball, good block. Andy Harp, who has 6 points and a pretty block. 14 seconds for Plattsburgh, the shot clock is off. They set up Sapel for the 3, he launches that one too far, but DeLeese is there, weak side rebound. Poked around, and with 2 seconds, it's Saranac at the buzzer. The first 8 minutes. Our thanks to Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden, General Dentistry, for their support of Hornets basketball. It's Saranac 13, Plattsburgh High School 10. The Hornet cheerleaders. Saranac possession to open the second quarter, and that's Dante Ray, number 13, into the contest. At our opening, we had the wrong name for Anthony English, or the wrong number, I should say. We said 41. He wears number 11 with the new jerseys. Into the hands of Ray, a second opportunity for the Chiefs. They're up by 3. Reef, Maldonado grabbed him by the arm. Miguel Maldonado, number 22 in the contest, giving Chris Fout a break. And Ryan Reef to the foul line for a couple. In the first quarter, 3 Chiefs scored, 2 Hornets scored. Coach Castine likes to get his entire cast into the scorebook. Reef goes 2 for 2 to make it, I meant 1 for 2 to make it 14-10. Ray for Saranac. Waldron the long one, rolled the rim. Butchino with the rebound. 14-10, Saranac lead. Butchino goes baseline, knocked away. Reeve thought he had a good block. Andy Morelli says foul. Butchino will go to the line for 2. Basketball buddies right in front of us, Bob McCory and Butchino, talking basketball. And let me tell you, of course, Butch, the father of Joel, at the line, but both McCory and Butchino scored a lot of points in their careers at Saranac Central High School basketball. Butchino with 6 first quarter points. Lavarnway in replacing Waldron. Butchino hits the second of 2. It's 15-11. Hornets apply the pressure and tipped away by Butchino, but Ray got it back, or English got it back. English all the way. On the boards, Reef. Nice job by Ryan Reef. He's one tough customer. You know, he's not the tallest guy in the CVAC. I don't know what he's listed at. I'll say he's 5'9", 10", something like that. Butchino was fouled as he moved to the basket. But I'll say this about Ryan Reef. I have seen him play mighty tough under the basket several times. Call him 5, I don't know, maybe he's 5'11". Plays like he's 6'3". Now Butchino at the line again for 2. 6:31 to play in the second quarter, and it's the Chiefs by a 6-pack. Again, Butchino hits the second of his 2. 17-12. Hornets apply the pressure, knocked by Butchino, but English was there. Now Reef thrown away. Maldonado gets it for the Hornets. Foul almost run over by Lavarnway, and rightfully so. No whistle. This is Sapel. Favreau. You like to get Favreau part of the offense. Butchino tried on the give and go, but that was batted away. On the floor is number 15 for Saranac, Sprague Frenier. We said hi to him before the game. And now on the floor is Josh Blair for the Chiefs. Coach Castine uses his bench. Hornets move the ball on the perimeter. Favreau on the low post. 2 minutes into the second quarter. 3 Hornet points, 3 Saranac points, 2 Chief points. Favreau to the hoop. I want to say that right. I've said it 3 times now. 3 Saranac points, 2 Plattsburgh points, now 4. Favreau gets his first points of the game, and the clock went out. It's 17-14, but the clock went out. Coach Gary Castine there. Also there is Jamie Armstrong, who wants to come into the game, so he's at the scores table. He gets to be privy to all these discussions. And the teams will go to their respective benches, and they'll work on the electronics. And Lee Yeager is there. He's the director of athletics at Saranac Central. I'm a little bit familiar with this gym because I do some announcing during the postseason play in this gymnasium, exceptional senior game. Saranac Chiefs onto the floor. And those cheerleaders do a good job. There's timeout on the floor. I cannot tell you how much time in the second quarter, but it's Saranac 17 and Plattsburgh High 14. Okay, a couple things to explain now that we're ready to play. They put 6 even minutes on the scoreboard. We're not sure exactly when the clock went out, but they stop it at 6 minutes. And the 17 is on the Saranac side because Reef did make the 2 points, both foul shots that I was referring to earlier. Favreau completes his 3-point play, so it's 17-15. There, my scorebook agrees with the clock. It's Chiefs by 2, and now the buzzer sounds because the clock wasn't running. Just 4 seconds ran down off the clock. So it looks like they tried to start the clock. About 8 seconds or 10 went by on the floor. 4 seconds went by on the game clock, but in reality it was a few more seconds than that. So they'll continue to try to work it out. They're pointing at the half court. Now they've knocked the 10 seconds off. So it's 5:50 now. And they're pointing to the floor for some reason. For Saranac, it's Harp, Lavarnway, Ray, Reef, and Blair. For Plattsburgh, it's Armstrong and Maldonado, Butchino, Favreau, and Fowl. Now the clock and everything else seems to be working properly. And Reef makes the baseline jumper. Ryan Reef, 6 second quarter points, all of the Saranac points. Chiefs by 4. Inside for Fout, knocked away. Butchino. Oh, what a dish. Butchino, how did he even see Maldonado? He saw Maldonado, and Maldonado finished it off. 19-17. Dante Ray swatted away by Maldonado. Wrestling match on the floor. Held ball called. Possession arrow to Saranac. Ray looks, and it was knocked away by Maldonado. Maldonado with some fast feet and hands on defense. We're at Saranac Central School for varsity boys basketball, CVAC style. The Hornets with a great season last year. What a block by Harp. Harp with the block on Favreau. Kringle in and Ray out for Saranac. Chiefs by 2, Hornets basketball. 4:51 to play in the second quarter. Maldonado, nice fake. Oh, what a dish to Foul. No block this time, foul called. And we want to thank Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden, General Dentistry with offices in Plattsburgh and Saranac Lake and soon to be Lake Placid, for their support of Hornets basketball. And many will remember before he was Dr. Michael O'Connor, little Mike O'Connor of Dannemora, running around the streets of Dannemora with a basketball. And I played against this young fella when he went to school at St. John's Academy, and he could shoot him up from the outside. Foul misses his first foul shot. He gets one more and swishes it. 19-18. Reef to the hoop, overshot that one, but Butchino lost the rebound. Saranac ball. 19-18. The last time up the floor, it might have been the 10-second call, but not called by the officials, but it was mighty close. You have 10 seconds to bring it to midcourt. Kringle, Chiefs by 1, 4:20 to play, second quarter. Blair, Kringle, tipped away, Armstrong for Plattsburgh. Oh, almost over and back. Favreau passes on the jumper. I would have liked to see him shoot that one, but the Hornets want to be more patient, I guess. Maldonado, a hop, skip, and a jump, got in there, missed the shot. 3:50 to play, second quarter. Chiefs remain up by 1, but they turn it over here. Plattsburgh ball. You know Coach Doherty wants to make the most of this opportunity. Looks like Coach Castine wants to settle down his group, and so timeout on the floor. 3:46 to play in the second quarter. It's Saranac 19 and Plattsburgh High School 18. Butchino sets the offense with Sapel not in the game. Butchino tried to go all the way, swatted out of his hands by Lavarnway. And the Chiefs thus far doing a nice job of containing Butchino. They've had to foul him a few times, but they have knocked the ball out of his hands a few times as he moves to the basket. Butchino's jumper, side of the rim, tipped away into the hands of Butchino. Lavarnway, or Armstrong. Favreau shot, rolled the rim. Hornets miss a golden opportunity to take the lead. Chiefs up by 1. Low scoring event thus far. Somebody's going to get hot. Let me tell you, somebody's going to get hot. There's too many good offensive players on these two teams. Somebody's going to get hot. Maldonado guarded by Reef. Armstrong to Butchino. Pass to Maldonado baseline. The double fake. No, but on the boards is foul. Oh, didn't get it. He was fouled on the putback. Fout goes onto the floor. Fout playing, I know he had a back injury early in the year. He missed the first 6 Hornet games. And Fout came back to score 3, 0, 0, and then 6 and 6 in his last 2 games. And he now has 6 in this one. Kind of the unsung heroes of the Hornet team who could play a big role before this season concludes. Sapel in for Armstrong. 2:43 to play. We're tied at 19. Substitutions both teams now. The Chiefs led by 3 after the first quarter. We're tied at 19. And Fout gives the Hornets the lead. Fout with his season high of 7. Sapel picks up a foul. He tried to work on Kringle. Hornets apply the pressure defensively, but the Chiefs are comfortable on their home court, I'll tell you that. And Don Waldron, patient, waited, and put it in. Waldron with 4, and Saranac leads by 1. Almost a steal, foul called. Sapel was fouled, and that's the 7th, so Ryan Sapel will go to the foul line. Sapel for the 1-and-1 situation. That foul called on Kringle, his first. Sapel looking for his first point. To show you how electrifying Sapel can be, this young man against Northern Adirondack had no points in the first half. He had 19 in the second half as the Hornets came storming back against the Bobcats, only to fall short. Plattsburgh by 1, 22-21. Oh, the putback by Hart. On the inside, big number 55, Andrew Harp with 8 points. Saranac by 1. As we trade leads. Eric Gagnon on camera, not taking too many breaks. Butchino's outside shot, that one was short. Saranac ball down the floor. Kringle lofts it for Reef. He lost the handle and it touched out of bounds. 1:35 to play. First half. Pretty even Steven first half. Neither team able to take control. Saranac by 1. Butchino gets it to Sapel. Sapel rattles the rim and Reef on the boards. Down to English, knocked away by Butchino. Gets it to Sapel. A 2-on-2. Sapel, short jumper, in and out. Hornets have been cold overall. Saranac's points, many of them close to the basket. In and out on that one. Another opportunity for the Chiefs. English thought about a three. Kringle fires one up, no. Reef gets another opportunity for the Chiefs. 45 seconds to play. We're in the second quarter. Chiefs by 1. 35 seconds to play. Plattsburgh, Sapel. On the breakaway is Maldonado. He missed it. Butchino, no. Butchino, yes. Second opportunity for Butchino. Hornets lead. Butchino with 10 first half points. 17.4 remaining in the first half. It's been a good one. Plattsburgh by 1. They find Waldron. Blocked by Butchino. 12 seconds. They gang up on Maldonado and a Saranac foul. Butchino with the defensive play. .2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Miguel Maldonado to the foul line, 2 points in his back pocket. He has a 1-and-1 opportunity, and they blow the whistle. And Coach Doherty not happy that they blow the whistle to let a sub in. Usually they don't if the player has the ball, but for some reason Andy Morelli felt it was okay to get the ball to make the substitution. Maldonado missed the shot. Couple players standing around, held ball, possession arrow to Plattsburgh. 6.2 seconds. Coach Doherty wants a 30-second timeout. Set up a play. Coach Doherty thinking, and you get a look at the CVAC record holders in that Hornet huddle right now. The tallest coaching tandem ever in the CVAC with Coach Doherty at 6'4" and Coach Recor at 6'5". The tallest ever coaching tandem in the CVAC. We're now going to work on who is the shortest tandem ever, and we'll try to find that out as we think through our old tapes and so forth. And we have some Saranac boys that are getting ready for a wrestling match just to our right. We might turn the camera on them, but we got a wrestling match. I think they're trying to impress the girls, and they got a little wrestling match going, showing how strong they are. Sapel, 3 seconds, knocked into the bleachers. 2.5 for Plattsburgh. They're going to set up a quick shot for somebody. Sapel or Butchino. 2.5 seconds. And Sapel fires it. Nope, too late. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. At halftime, Plattsburgh High School 24, Saranac Central 23. The Hornets came out of the locker room with about 3 minutes to play, did some shooting. Saranac came out with 35 seconds to play, no opportunity to get loose, and we'll go to work in the final 16 minutes. Scoring in the first half, the Hornets with 10 in the first quarter, 14 in the second. They have 24. Sapel with 2 from Maldonado, 3 from Favreau, 7 from Fountain, 10 from Butchino. For Saranac, 13 in the first quarter, 10 in the second. They have 4 from Waldron, 5 from Kringle, 6 from Reeve, and 8 from Hart. And the fans get in our way a little bit as they take their seats as we start the third quarter. The jumper and a 2-pointer by English to kick things off, and Saranac reclaims the lead. English's first points. And Saranac, guess they didn't need to warm up. English's first shot of the second half. A two-pointer. Butchino baseline, gets it back, higher off the glass and in. Talk about a guy who can leap and a guy who gets second opportunities. That's Butchino. The other end. Barnway missed it. English pulls it out. Back to English. Missed that one. Knocked away, but Saranac, the ball continues to go Saranac's way. A minute into the second quarter, or the second half, and it's Plattsburgh by 1. Favreau on the boards. Hornets by 1. And the ball. Favreau, the short jumper. He's off on his shot. He has been cold from the outside. He's had 3 or 4 close opportunities. Kringle inside. Oh boy, Lavarnway might have had a chance. And Harp off the glass puts it in. Back and forth we go with the score. Saranac 27, Plattsburgh 26. I'll say we've had 6 or 7 lead changes in the game thus far. Sapel traveled, guarded by English. 6:18 to play in the third. Saranac by 1 and they have the ball. Neither team thus far staking claim, and I have predicted that somebody's going to get hot. Fans continue to get in their seats, and they get a little TV time while they do it. 3! Anthony English, he missed a 3 earlier by about a step, and then he knocks that one into the hands of Coach Doherty. Anthony English with 5 quick points in the first 2 minutes, and it's Saranac by 4. That means the Hornets need a score, try to get their offense going. And the Hornets offense just looking out of sync, just not. And Saranac applying the pressure. Shot clock at 10. Inside to Favreau. Ball was knocked away. Excellent defense from Saranac, and now they run, and Kringle, that was knocked away by foul. It'll be Saranac ball under their own basket. Chiefs by 4 in the Chiefs teepee. Knocked away by Favreau, but a hold called on DeLeese as Blair made the move to the basket. First foul of the game on Tim DeLeese. Kringle lofts it into Harp. Harp over Favreau. Harp gets it back. Harp takes the shot. In and out. Tipped away by Lavarnway. And it hit the wall under the backboard. It'll be Plattsburgh ball. Steve Mitchell and Andy Morelli are your officials. Eric Gagnon's on camera, in case you were wondering that. We are North Country Cable Network, and I'm Foxy Gagnon. We love basketball. We love CBAC basketball. Another turnover by Plattsburgh, and Coach Doherty getting restless on the bench. 3 minutes in to the third quarter, 30-26, Saranac. 7 Saranac points, 2 Plattsburgh points. And Saranac again gets a second opportunity. Plattsburgh scored just 2 points in about the first 3.5 minutes of the first quarter, and they're struggling in the third. Butchino on the boards. It was knocked away. It'll be Plattsburgh ball. Coach Castine saying it's Saranac ball, but it goes to Plattsburgh. Steve Mitchell was right there. Saranac 30, Plattsburgh 26. A low-scoring game all the way around. Sapel, DeLeese, and Butchino. Favreau. And turnover Plattsburgh. The Hornets just not into an effective offense. Maldonado's going to re-enter for Plattsburgh. And we are midway through the third quarter. And a two-pointer from Blair. And now the Chiefs are up pretty by 6. and timeout called. Coach Doherty's going to make some substitutions, juggle his lineup, and look for the right combination. And with 3:49 to play in the third quarter, it's Chiefs 32, Hornets 26. When these teams met earlier this year in Plattsburgh, it was Plattsburgh 55, Saranac 51. And Maldonado throws it away, and English all the way, fouled, and English scores. Armstrong called for a push, and English with no points in the first half, 7 in a big third quarter for Saranac, outscoring Plattsburgh now 11-2 in the third quarter. And the Hornets at 8-0 at one point in their schedule. And they have lost 2 out of the last 3, and they are in danger of losing this one. Maldonado to Armstrong. Armstrong with 2-pointer. Jamie Armstrong with a couple. 34-28. Chiefs buy a 6-pack with 3:15 to play in the third quarter. Armstrong guards English. Armstrong trying to create havoc on defense. Turnover. It'll be Plattsburgh ball. Off of Hart. Another good call from Steve Mitchell. 3:04 remaining in the third. The Hornets need some offense. They are down 34-28. Armstrong with the spin move. Maldonado, top of the key. To Bucciano, and it'll count. So Armstrong and Bucciano with buckets on 2 consecutive possessions. And Bucciano with a chance for a 3-point play. Bucciano now with 14. Substitution, Ryan Reef back in, replacing Josh Blair. 2:51 in the third quarter. Saranac 34, Plattsburgh 30. Nobody's leaving early from this game. Armstrong on the defense. Bucciano gets the loose ball. Guarded by Reef. Bucciano to the hoop. Missed the shot, and Harp with the rebound. Plattsburgh struggling for points. English, meantime, goes all the way. Nobody stopped the dribble. Nobody really picked them up. And Anthony English now with 9 third quarter points. 36-30, back to a 6-pack. Chiefs want this one. This would be a huge win for the Chiefs. They are 6-5 coming in. The Hornets at 9-2. English 0 for 1 from the charity stripe. And he makes it a 3-point play. Chiefs by 7. Bucciano, Maldonado, hold called on English. Just a second foul, I believe, on Anthony English. And let's see. Nope, it's even the first. Only the first. Maldonado, and now Bucciano sets an offense with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Hornets with just 6 third quarter points. Bucciano to the hoop, missed the shot. Reef on the basket. The shots definitely not falling for Plattsburgh. Everything falling for Anthony English. A 3, and it's 40-30. A huge third quarter for Saranac Central. Maldonado. Harp on the basketball. Turnover, it'll be Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh ball. Just 1:18 to play in the third. Chiefs by 10, biggest lead of the game. English with 13 points, which is more than twice what the entire Hornet team has in this quarter. English with 13. Saranac outscoring Plattsburgh 17-6 in the third quarter. Knocked away. How many turnovers in this quarter by Plattsburgh? Kringle's jumper, no. Butchino on the boards. He breaks it away. He'll bounce past to Favreau. And foul before the shot. Saranac fans want to travel. Foul before. So Favreau won't go to the line. 44 seconds to play in the third quarter. And it's 40-30 Saranac. Plattsburgh led by 1 at halftime, and they saw that lead quickly vanish. Butchino's three, base of the rim. Armstrong had it, but Dante Ray took it away. Block called on Armstrong. .8 seconds to play. Third quarter, but what a third quarter for Saranac. They didn't even take any shots at the halftime break. Came out of the locker room with 35 seconds left, but whatever strategy went on, it was the right strategy. The long jumper from Waldron short into the hands of Sapel with 20 seconds. Down the floor to Fout. Spin, move, and in. Chris Fout. Now with 9 in the game, 40-32 with 10 seconds. It's been a big quarter for Saranac in the third, and they want to close with a flourish. 2 seconds and steal and the buzzer. The Hornets run out of time. Third quarter for Saranac, 17 points. Plattsburgh 8 after 3. The score is Saranac 40 and Plattsburgh 32. The final 8 for Plattsburgh, it's Butchino, Armstrong, Favreau, Sapel, and Fout. For Saranac, it's Reef, Hart. Oh, inside to Favreau, he puts in 2. Adam Favreau. For Saranac, it's Harp, Ray, Kringle, Reef, and Waldron, Don Waldron. 7.5 to play, fourth quarter. We'll watch the clock. Chiefs by 6. Ray. Kringle, shot clock at 9. Inside to Harp. Saranac turns it over. Plattsburgh ball. Well, they used all of the shot clock. If anything good comes out of it, they at least used all the shot clock. Hornets can't score if they don't have the ball. Eric Gagnon on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon, North Country Cable Network. Excuse me. Happy to be here at the invitation of Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden. Butchino, but the shots won't fall. Close in for Butchino. Saranac on the boards. Reef. Block called on Armstrong, who's on the floor. Neither team in the bonus. Don Waldron was fouled. And Saranac got the hot hand. We said twice in the game somebody would get the hot hand, somebody would. And now Anthony English back on the floor. He had 13 points in the third quarter. Reef chases it down, but Armstrong there for Plattsburgh. And Reef hit his season high. Stolen away, tipped away. English doing it all, gets it to Ray. Ray glides to the basket, it'll count. Saranac just doing it all, and the Saranac fans love it. Saranac 6:33 away from toppling the Division I leaders. Dante Ray, his first points of the game. Saranac by 8. Austin Bushy in and Jamie Armstrong out. Now they send Bushy out. It was too late. Similar incident earlier, they let the Saranac player re-enter. Harp on the boards, working hard, gets the shot, too hard off the glass. Foul for Plattsburgh. 42-34. A hold as Sapel went to the basket. Just the 4th team foul on Saranac. The Hornets won't shoot for a couple more. Bushy in and Armstrong out. That's Austin Bushy, a senior. Pretty good outside shooter. Good defensive player. And stolen away. Almost stolen away. Hornets with the turnovers surprising me. I've seen the Hornets play just about every game this year that they've played. And I have not seen them turn the ball over quite this many times. Ooh, almost a careless pass there. Bushy as they do the weave out front. Bushy looks, Favreau, now Sapel. Sapel to the hoop, dishes for Fout. Fout, no. And Harp is there. Harp, the big man in the middle, has been there several times. Reef on the other end, missed the shot, but he got it back, missed it. Now Butchino for Plattsburgh. Butchino dishes to Sapel. Sapel looks, foul line jumper, front of the rim. LaVarnway there. Hornets ice cold. I'd like to know their shooting percentage. 5.5 to play. Saranac by 8. No Hornet near the rebound. Knocked away. And Fout picks up a foul. Dante Ray, an excellent foul shooter, will go to the line. It was Saranac by 3 after 1. Plattsburgh by 1 after 2. The big third quarter, 17-8 edge for Saranac. Both teams with 2 points in this fourth quarter. Now Ray gives them 3. Foul out and Delise in for Plattsburgh. 5:22, the Hornet fans watching the clock. Bushy for Plattsburgh, 43-34. Saranac by what you would think would be a comfortable 9. The Hornets just not able to consistently get the ball at the bottom of the net. Three-point try by Bushy. Whoa, off everything. Hornets apply the pressure, but it hasn't bothered Saranac much. When they can use the clock and try to set up a good shot, they don't. English following, no. But Harp there, tipped around, pile up on the floor, and a foul call. And Coach Doherty all the way down to midcourt to call the timeout. 4:41 to play in the fourth quarter. 30-second timeout. It's Saranac 43 and Plattsburgh High School 34. Ray at the line, yes. If the Hornets have anything in them, they have to show it in the final 4.5 minutes. Sabell short on the three. Favreau gets it back for Plattsburgh. Bushy looks. Saranac has played outstanding defense. Plattsburgh remaining patient. Butchino was fouled as he went up high to the rim. Butchino will go to the line for 2. He's 2 for 5 from the line in the game. 4:05 remaining. 45-34 Saranac. Plattsburgh last led at halftime, and in the opening seconds of the third quarter, Anthony English hit a two-pointer to give Saranac the lead for good. Butchino goes 2 for 2 from the line. In case you're wondering, he has 16. He averages 20. They tie up Ray. And timeout. Oh, held ball called. Bushy was signaling a timeout. Possession arrow to Saranac. Plattsburgh signaling the timeout. You never know if the official is going to see the signal for the timeout, but 3:55 and the Hornets huddle up. Now, when we look at the scoring, at the beginning of the game, we talked about Saranac's averages. Dave Waldron averaging 9 points. He has not played. Don Waldron averaging 6 points, and in this game he has 4. Reef averaging 9.5, so call it 10, and Reef has 6 points. Hart averaging 8 points. He has 10. English averaging 7 points. He's a big difference. He has 13. For Plattsburgh, you look at their averages of their 3 top scorers. Butchino averaging 20. He has 16. Favreau averaging 13. Has been held to 5. And Sabell averaging 13. Has been held to 2. So coaches may be thinking, long one from Sabell won't fall. Coaches might begin to be thinking, well, Butchino's going to get his near 20, hold the other guys from scoring. Whoa, Andy Morelli does the Macarena and goes flying, and Saranac helps him up. Andy Morelli put the brakes on, but he never lost control of the whistle. I'll give Andy credit. Buzzer sounding. Possession arrow should go to, wait a minute, there's buzzers all over the place. They have a substitution. They didn't allow it in. Now coaches, the ball went out of bounds. It's Plattsburgh ball, but Plattsburgh unable to get their substitution in. And it looks like Gary Castine of Saranac is arguing that the ball was tipped off a Plattsburgh player. Steve Mitchell saying no. So Kevin Doherty sends Maldonado in if the refs aren't going to motion him in. Bushy out. The refs want to play. And here we go. 3.5 to play. Maldonado guarded by Ray. English swatted it away. Maldonado gives up the body. It'll be Saranac ball. Turnover after turnover after turnover in the second half by Plattsburgh. And credit the Saranac defense. Very quick. Saranac by 9. They're 6-5 on the season. And Plattsburgh 9-2. Block called on Favreau. We will recap the scoring after this one. Hart to the line because that was the 9th Plattsburgh foul. Goes to Saranac, following the foul shot. Chappelle calls for too many hands on English. So they called the touch. I think English brushed away Chappelle's hand once. And then when he had to do it a second time, they called Chappelle for too many hands. Now, that was the 10th Plattsburgh foul, 2 shots. Dave Besaw, the official timer, Mike Besaw, his son, the official scorer for Saranac, and Laura Gagnon with the book for Plattsburgh High School. The Hornets with just 12 second half points through 9 minutes, or through 11 minutes, 12 points. English misses the foul shot. He hits 1 of 2. 46-36, Saranac by 10. I'll tell you what. In 3 minutes, you'll see a celebration at Pickett's Corners, unless the Hornets can pull off a huge comeback. Butchino, 3-point range. Oh, in and out. Not able to buy one. In and out. The Hornets' offense disappearing in the second half. 2.5 to play. English the long one, base of the rim. Maldonado picks it off. Knocked away from him to Saranac to Reef. The Hornets know they are in the Chiefs' teepee tonight. Favreau on the inside, it won't fall. Butchino steps back for the 3. He was fouled. Ray fouled Butchino. Joel Butchino will go to the line for 3. I don't know why the Saranac fans are booing. He had hold of his arm. You got to play by the rules after all. I know you're excited for your team, but you still got to play within the rules of the game. Butchino at the line for 3 tries, and he misses that one. Timeout called by Plattsburgh. 2:07 remaining, and it's the Chiefs by a dozen, 48-36. Butchino with 2 more following the timeout. The combination of English and Ray, 18 second half points have made the difference in this contest. Push called on Ryan Reef. The officials keeping charge of this game. No, I guess a violation. Violation, not a push. So Butchino will get 1 more shot. Harp on the boards. He gets it to English. English runs with it. And this is Ray. 1:52. Chiefs by a dozen. And the Chiefs will celebrate tonight in their teepee. Ray and English on the perimeter. Shot clock at 1 as English fires. Tipped around. And a push called on the rebound. Harp called for the foul, the 6th Saranac foul. Oh no, 7th. So indeed it is 1-1. We'll march the court. 1:28 to play. 4th foul on Andrew Harp. but it's certainly been handy tonight. Great job on the boards for Harp and 10 points. Adam Favreau at the line, 5 points in the game, and he has a 1-and-1. Delise gets it, finds Butchino. Butchino sinks it. Hornets apply the pressure and a foul call. Oh, they got the timeout. No foul. It was a timeout call. 30-second timeout. 1:16 to play. Our thanks to Dr. Michael O'Connor, who's from Dannemora, you know. That's the Saranac neighborhood. Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden, General Dentistry, with offices in Plattsburgh and Saranac Lake. And soon to be in Lake Placid at the Placid Outpost Community Complex. Saranac cheerleaders have rustled up a victory today. Now, 9-point difference following the Butchino basket, but just 1:16 on the clock. They go the touchdown pass. Favreau there, he goes flying, and it'll be Saranac ball. Favreau almost had the pick. Remember, he's a wide receiver in football, so he's used to going the distance. And he had the arms outstretched for that one. Reeve will get it in. Harp off the glass. Hornets get it up the floor, but Ray with the interception. Butchino gets it back. 3-point range. 3! And they wave off the basket. It's been that kind of Hornets night. It's been that kind of Hornets night. They hit the 3, but it was off the top of the backboard, the wire up there. A minute to play. All alone down the other end is LaVarnley for the 2. And the fans head for the exits. Saranac Chiefs knock off Plattsburgh High School. 3 from Butchino. He hits for his average tonight. Interception Favreau, but just 35 seconds. Hornets down by 8. Butchino. Oh, in and out. Give the Hornets those 2 in and out 3-pointers by Butchino, and they'd be down by 2. I'm telling you, it wasn't the Hornets' night. But think about this. Butchino had 2 in and out 3-pointers. I mean, they were in, and then they popped out. Plus the one against the wire. That's 9 points. Hornets would be up by 1. My goodness, basketball is a funny game.
Always. Still in the kitchen.
Instead, it's Saranac by 8. And at the line is Dante Ray. 50-42 Saranac. They took charge in the third quarter, and they have not looked back. The Hornets trying to mount a rush at the end. But look at jumping in for the rebound. LaVarnley held ball, possession arrow to Saranac. 22.5, the shot clock is off. Saranac can sit on the ball if they want. They lead by 8. And they play catch. They won't shoot. They don't have to. The Chiefs win this one to go to 7 and, oh boy, Chappelle had looked like to me a pretty clean steal, but I might have missed a push. And Chappelle ordered to go get the basketball. You don't like to see that either end of it. You don't like to see a player show up the ref. You don't like a ref to show up the player. And I hate to see it. Ryan Chappelle, one of the classiest guys. I've watched him in sports since, how old was he? 8 years old in Little League Baseball. But frustration certainly sets in tonight for Plattsburgh High School. And they will go down to defeat After winning their first 8, they dropped 3 of their next 4. So they have some amends to make as they look at the end of the season, and they face a couple of tough teams in Seton Catholic and Saranac Central. Are ahead of them are Seton Catholic and Peru Central. Butchino, 3! Butchino, another 3-pointer, and that's it. The Chiefs win it by a 6-pack, and it's a big win tonight for the Saranac Central Chiefs. They've had a rocky season, up and down in the season, and they make good mileage out of every player that they had tonight, and they win this one by 6. It was all in the second half. And for Plattsburgh High School, final scoring, Armstrong with 2, Sapel with 2, Maldonado with 2, Favreau with 5, Fout with 9, and Butchino ends with 25. Let me make sure I'm right. Butchino ends with 25 of the Hornets' 45. For Saranac Central, Dante Ray with 6, all in the second half. Adam Kringle 5, Travis Lavarnway 2, Ryan Reef 8, Don Waldron 4, Josh Blair 2, Andrew Harp 10, and a big job on the boards, and Anthony English with 13 of those in the huge third quarter for Saranac. Thanks to Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden, General Dentistry, with offices in Plattsburgh, Saranac Lake, and now soon to be Lake Placid. Thanks to them for their support of Hornet basketball. Thanks to Eric Gagnon for his work on camera. The final score, Saranac Central 51 and Plattsburgh High School 45. This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of everybody at North Country Cable Network saying good night, North Country.